Rudolf steaming onto it. Rudolf has reached out. I think he scored. Toby Rudolf gets his first for the year.
He's a tremendous player, this front row for the Cronulla Sharks. He was very good in playing for Redcliffe in the Host Plus Cup for a number of years until he got his first go in the NRL. And has he made a fist of it because he's forging out a great career and he's also a great character off the field. That's what I love about him. He just, he takes every day as it comes and doesn't take life too seriously as well. But like we said, he's a very good player. And he's going to have a big 2025 season. He's got to get through an early injury, and he joins us on Sports Day. Toby Rudolf, how are you, Tobe?
Yeah, good. Thanks, Satts. Thank you for that introduction. I feel a bit warm and fuzzy inside.
Yeah. Well, that's what we're here for. We're here
impressive.
to make you feel good because obviously you got this shoulder injury and went for a trip to Bali and you had the single fin in Uluwatu. You're over there with a couple of the boys. How's it going after post-surgery?
Yeah, it's going all right. Like the first week or two is pretty average. You sort of feel like you've been butchered and you can't really move a whole lot. Any sort of jolt will sort of hurt and there's just a whole lot of swelling and all that. But I'm 4 weeks and a couple of days post now and sort of getting out of the brace slowly. I had my first run a couple of days ago. So look, as each week goes on, it's getting better and better. So just going from strength to strength as per usual. Thanks, mate. It's all good.
So what's the timeline, Tobe? Is it like round one Vegas against Penrith? Are you on course for that, or will you miss Vegas based on what the physio's saying?
Yeah, no, Vegas doesn't look too good. I think what they're sort of suggesting is round 4, and that'll be give or take a couple of weeks. So I'll sort of, if it's we take a couple of weeks off, I'll just sort of shyly miss Vegas, which is, it's obviously not ideal. It's not a very nice thing. I'm pretty bad with FOMO at the best of times, let alone 22 of my best mates going to America without me. But yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, I've sort of come into seasons with worse injuries than this. So, like I said earlier, if the worst thing to happen in my career is that I miss out on a Vegas trip, then so be it. It's not too bad a life that I'll live anyway.
Absolutely. You don't want to go to Vegas to play footy anyway. You want to go over there for fun reasons.
The chief morale officer.
So if we start a campaign for you to go over and maybe host a trip over there of Sharks fans or rugby league lovers, you'd be in for that, wouldn't you?
I'd be very into it. I'm not entirely sure the coach Craig Fitzgibbon would be very into it. At the moment, we're at some early discussion points about whether or not they'll take over.
Yep.
And when I say early discussion points, he said no, and I'm just trying to sort of turn that into a yes. So, but a campaign couldn't hurt, I feel like.
I like your chances. I think your morale around the team is very important.
We'll get
Michelle.
our people to talk to your people.
Yeah.
Look, I guess on a more serious note, in terms of the Cronulla Sharks, the pre-season so far, I know you're obviously not with the main group with your injury, but what's their take on last year, and things that they'll focus on moving into the 2025 season?
Yeah, well, obviously it was a successful year for us in terms of where we've been before. Managed to get our first finals win under Fitzy, and we're pretty satisfied with how it went. Obviously, some areas to fix up, as you said before, some things we have to improve on to sort of get to where we want to get to, because we know that we have a premiership window. That's for sure. We know that we have the team that's capable of winning a competition, and it's sort of becoming more apparent that, we're not just happy to go on Mad Monday anymore. We actually want to win a comp, and it's near enough isn't good enough for us anymore. And I'll tell you now, although I haven't been training too much with the main group, they are working very hard, and there's some intent behind the work they're doing. So I'm just really looking forward to a big 25 from the team and for myself included.
Hey, Toby, I'm just looking at your numbers, and I look back at 2018 when you're playing for Redcliffe in the Intrust Super Cup, and you get the man of the match of that match, and then you then go down to Sydney, start playing for Newtown in 19, and then you start playing first grade. And I've got to say, the last 5 years, you must be really happy with the way that your career started to go, because you now played over 100 first grade games. You played 4 finals matches, which a lot of NRL players don't get to play finals at all. So at 28 years of age, you must be happy how it's all starting to play out.
Yeah, for sure, no doubt. It's if you told me back in 2018 that I'd be where I'm at now, and I'd finally get a free car. I finally got a car deal, just so everyone knows, which I'm very stoked about. Finally don't have to pay for a car, which I'm absolutely thrilled with. Driving around a slick BMW. So yeah, if you told me all these things that this was going to happen to me, I'd say you'd be dreaming. And the way when you put it all like that, winning the first Clive Churchill for Redcliffe, and then the second Clive Churchill for Newtown. You missed that one, but that's okay. I thought I'd just slip that in there.
He's reading off his notes here.
It's been a crazy ride.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm reading up my notes.
Yeah.
I've got my notes prepared about my career as well.
Yeah.
Toby,
look, it's been unreal. It's been unreal so far, and I'm just looking forward to each year that goes on. And, you said I'm 28 now, played over 100 games, and it's every now and again you just sort of can sit back and you might complain about how hard training is or, how tough it is in pre-season. But, 5-6 years ago I was driving trucks around for a living, so... Every now and again, it's nice to get some perspective and think back to the times when I was playing for the Dolphins, and just to think about now how far I've come. It's unreal, and to do it with such a special team is even better.
Addin Fonua-Blake, he's arrived. I'm not sure if he's driving a BMW or not, but he's obviously started training with the club. Your social media team there has done a tremendous job. But just in terms of the playing group, what's his presence been like there?
Addin drives around a Maserati, actually, so, not a BMW. He's been really good so far. He carries, obviously, a pretty strong presence. He's a pretty intimidating sort of fella. But then you get to sort of know him a little bit, and, he's just a knockabout guy that is very good at his job, which is obviously playing football. But... yeah, he's got a bit of a calming influence. So far, he hasn't been sort of speaking too much. I think he's still trying to sort of almost earn his stripes at a new club. You sort of know that feeling when you go to a new place and you don't really know many people, and you're not too leery, not too loud. I wish I was like that. That would have been a little bit easier in my career. People would have liked me a bit more earlier on. But hey, it's not about me; it's about Addin. So no, he's really good, and I think he's going to be that spark that we might have missed in years gone by. He's such a dominated player. He's won I don't know how many Dally M front rows of the year, and that's for a reason. So really looking forward to what he can bring in 2025.
Toby, you'll be about 31, 32 when this new team comes into the competition. Does a few tax-free years in a Port Moresby compound appeal to you at all, or what are your thoughts around the new team coming into the NRL?
Yeah, does it appeal to me? Does tax-free money appeal to me?
In a Port Moresby compound.
Yeah, I can see the appeal. Yes, yeah, that is true. That is true. I did hear that they're building a casino over there, though, which sounds pretty fun. So I guess in a way you are paying tax if you're playing the casino.
Exactly.
Yeah, very dangerous, very dangerous.
They've got one of the great nightclubs over there called the Lamana, it is. It's about 4 levels. It's amazing.
We're doing well. Lamana nightclub, a casino, check.
Yep.
Listen, we actually asked, Toby, our listeners here with the compound, what's probably one of the number 1 or 2 things that you'd have to have in the compound. What would yours be? You'd have to have on hand.
Well, if I was living in the compound, well, air conditioning would be one, being in PNG.
Ding.
That'd be something that I'd need.
Are you a coffee man?
Other than that,
good.
I am a coffee man, but I'm not like a desperate kind of guy. Like I don't need one every day, and I don't get a headache if I don't have one kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they are nice. Maybe an ice machine would be nice, or a water slide would be pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
You know what? The biggest thing I need would be a dog, actually, just for some companionship, because
a dog.
I'm not too sure if you guys know, I'm very much single and don't really have any sort of partners in my life, so a dog would be very nice, just to have someone around, but companionship.
Are we putting you out there?
He's always got himself out there.
You're out there?
He's always out there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Long walks on the beach?
Yeah.
What are you looking for?
Long walks in the compound.
Long walks on the beach. Are we talking about a dog or a partner?
Either or. Hey, Toby. Now, I don't know whether you're big into your music or not, but I don't know. Have you heard Joey Manu and Satili Tupanua and co? Their group Dream Use. This is the audio. Yeah. Yeah. So, firstly, if the Sharks were to put together some sort of boy band, who are you recruiting?
All right. Well, you have to get Nico Hines in there first because
Yep.
of the looks.
Yeah, true.
He'd be, the beautiful one. I'm just trying to think if I've ever heard someone sing that's really good.
Ronaldo for sure.
Oh, you have to get Sione Katoa in there because Ronaldo, Sione Katoa would be in there just for his hilarity and just for being an all-around funny human being. And then I'd probably get Fitzy in there just to make me look better.
Oh, wow. I was going to say, I've got to know the reason for this. Before we let you go, Christmas just around the corner. What do you want for Christmas?
What do you want? What are you getting?
What are you getting? What have you asked Santa for?
Oh, jeez. Yeah. Well, after I'm done pulling his sleigh around the world, I think I'll have to maybe settle for, just to be with friends and family is all I really care about. There's no material things that I'm dying for in this world. It's other than an NRL competition win, that'd be one thing, but
Yes.
I'll have to wait for that for next year's Christmas time. But look, as long as I'm surrounded by friends and family and there's a bunch of food and a bit of music around, and that's all I need.
Hey, Tobe, do you know, talk about winning comps and having a drink together. Are you aware of your coaches, or one of his great party tricks back in the day with the Roosters, that he would swap clothes with people in the pub? Did you know that?
Oh, dear.
I think I've loosely heard that
Yeah.
story, but I'm not. That's fantastic. I might have to start stealing that. That's a doozy. And then if I do start doing it, he can't get angry at me because he used to do it as well.
Exactly,
Yeah, there you
exactly.
go.
Hey, Toby Rudolf, good luck 2025 coming back from your injury. 21 games last year and the last average of about 21, 22 games for the last 5 seasons in the front row is outstanding. Hey, mate, thank you very much for joining us. Have a great Christmas and hope this injury comes back and makes you bigger and better than ever, mate.
Thanks very much, guys. Always a pleasure coming on here. And, same to you guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.